Hi everyone and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name's Hannah Hall and I'm a makeup artist for the everyday woman. So today we're looking at dark circles and under eye bags and how to conceal them. So let's get started. So just so you know, I've done my base and I've given myself a little bit of mascara on top and also blusher, but I've left completely bare underneath my eyes. So first of all, priming underneath the eye is really key. Now, if you're particularly dry, you can do this with an under eye cream. But if you are combination to oily, I would say use an eye primer underneath the eyes. And that will just prep and prime and plump the skin ready for anything else that you're going to apply. So a lot of the time, especially if you're particularly oily around this area, you find you put your concealer on and it all starts separating. So to prime the eye is really key. So you may find that what you tend to do is either go in with a concealer and just place it under the eye and then buff it out with your finger. But you can find that actually this will end up almost highlighting the problem and give you the bag that you didn't even have because it's highlighting it all. So it's almost too much concealer under the eye and it's just sitting in the lines and creases. So I suggest using a colour corrector. So if you are purple or blue within this area, you'd need an orange or a peachy colour corrector, something like this one or this one. However, if it's more of a pigmentation or a greeny colour, then and more of a bruisey sort of colour, then I would suggest more of a pinky colour to lift and colour correct. So these are the Bobbi Brown palettes. Obviously I've got the whole palette, but I will put the links below, but that's what I'm going to be using today. So you need to just look down into the mirror, see where your sort of discoloration is and place it on the inner corner. Take off the excess on the back of your hand so you don't end up with too much product under the eye. Then placing it on and just use feather-like motions just to feather it onto the skin. And it really is just that inner corner, and then just use your ring finger and just pat it. You don't need a lot of product at all. It just evens out the skin tone and sort of knocks back any of the discoloration. It just really brightens the eye. Just in that inner corner, because actually what you'll find is you generally haven't got discoloration around here. It's all down on the eye bag. Can you see how the eye bag comes low there? That's where you want to be colour correcting, and also on this inner corner you get a lot of darkness and that's where you colour correct. So you go into the inner corner, especially if you've got more of a protruding eye bag lifting forward. Try not to go over the eye bag. You need to colour correct on top, just almost underneath it. And then you might find that you've got quite discoloration at the sides as well. So just take it to the sides and just give a little bit of lift there as well. But again, it's not a lot of product. And what I'm doing is I'm avoiding all this area because I don't want it to end up sitting in the creases. Like this one is really sitting in. And then this side is just a lot nicer, a lot lighter. My product is here on the inner corner and then just a little bit on the outer corner there. And if you find that that's enough, then stop. If you find you want to even that out with a concealer that is your skin tone, then just go in with your regular concealer and then try not to put too much product underneath and just pat it on over the top. Really small amount of product. Remember, less is more. And always use your ring finger. The warmth of your hand is really key. But what I would say is more of a patting, stippling motion rather than a sweeping, swiping motion. And I've really been conscious not to take too much product up under the eye. I've kept that quite bare and I've literally got nothing left on my brush. And I'm just going to sort of soften all around the area just to sort of marry it all together. See the difference between the two. So this side has got a lot of, it's got the concealer, it's almost highlighting any sort of creases and also any sort of bag area. Whereas this side is a lot kinder, it's a lot softer because you've colour corrected underneath and then you've popped on your concealer over the top. Now, to hold this in place all day, I would suggest just setting it with a powder. Don't be scared of powder underneath the eye because it can be really your best friend, and also it just sets everything in place. So this one is from Laura Mercier. It's an under eye brightener. It's really, really beautiful, super, super fine. So I'd take a little bit, tap off into the lid. So you've got like a small amount of product there. Pop it on the back of your hand and then just place it to set everything you've done. And because it's so super fine, it will just give the most flawless finish. And that will set it in place all day. So as opposed to this one that's highlighting, and this one is just, I mean, obviously you're going to get creases, but when you stop smiling, it's not going to stay sat in your crease. It's not going to separate. It's set, it's there, it's perfect. So keep it simple. You colour correct with a small amount of product, either a peachy colour or a pinky salmony colour. I'll put the links below. The key is that we don't want a lot of product underneath our eyes, especially as we mature, because it's bound to sit in the lines and the creases. So think less is more and just apply a small amount, but it's applying the right products. So colour correct first, then go in with a little bit of concealer or foundation just to even it all out, then set it with a nice fine powder just to last all day. Of course it will crease because you're going to smile, but once you stop smiling, it will still be set. So give that lovely flawless finish. So I do hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. I will put all the links below so you can see the products and the products that I recommend. And if you have enjoyed this tutorial, please remember to like and subscribe. And I look forward to making more content for you. See you again soon. Thank you.